Viewmasters, it's the podcast that we do. Viewmasters, talk about movies that we view. Viewmasters, my friend Eric and me Joe. Viewmasters, hey, let's start the show.
Jesus Christmas! Holy Jesus! God damn! Holy Jesus jumping Christmas shit! Hey everybody, welcome to the Viewmasters. Episode 296. Friday the 13th, the final chapter. My name is Joe.
My name is Eric.
Hello Eric.
Hello, Joe.
How are you?
I'm doing well now that you have tested out Luke Cage's new catchphrase.
That's right. Do you think any of those are going to stick?
Maybe. We'll see.
Yeah, Jesus Christmas isn't too far off from the regular one.
It's true.
Oh, thank you, Axel, for those wonderful catchphrase submissions. Oh, Friday the 13th 4.
Yeah, the final chapter.
Yes, the last one.
The last one ever.
Yeah, I can't believe they never made any more after this one.
It's weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright. I gotta get it out of the way.
Yeah, let's do it.
I gotta be a nerd. I gotta do a timeline here.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right. So, Friday the 13th, Part 1.
Mm-hmm.
Takes place in present day
Yes.
on Jason's birthday,
Yes.
which is June 13th.
Yes.
Yes.
Friday the 13th.
Yes. Yeah, well, it landed on a Friday.
Yeah.
It's not always Friday the 13th.
No, it always is. Yeah. It's like a leap year thing. It's like as Superman's birthday is February 29th.
Oh, okay.
So if it's not on a Friday, then it doesn't happen. It doesn't count.
Oh, okay.
He has a birthday every 7 years. Anyway, sorry, I derailed you.
It's fine. Okay, so Mommy Voorhees, Pamela.
Mm-hmm.
So in this movie, we learned that she dies in 1979.
Yes.
In a very pristine grave.
Yeah, like right on the side of the road.
Yep.
Real strange.
Yep. It, almost as if it was convenient. So, that means that the first movie takes place in 1979.
Yes.
In the second movie, we learn 5 years have passed.
Yes.
Parts 2, 3, and this one all take place within days of each other, correct?
Correct. Yes.
All right.
Over like 3 or 4 days.
Yeah. So, this movie comes out in 1984. Which means 5 years has passed
Yes.
by the fourth movie,
Yes.
the final chapter.
Which is 1984.
Yes.
Yes. It's impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was reading the IMDB trivia after we watched the movie, and it said that this was the first Friday the 13th movie to take place in the year in which it was released. Which I thought was pretty special.
It is special.
I do want to correct you on something.
Oh.
Friday the 13th Part 2, don't they say that there's a couple months that pass between 2 and 3? I feel like there's some, like, the campfire discussion or whatever that they showed again at the beginning of this one is that the girl who survived Friday the 13th Part 2 went missing 2 months ago, which we see at the beginning of that movie. I feel like there's a little bit more time. I know 3 and 4 absolutely take place within, like, a weekend.
I think you're getting 1 and 2 confused.
Am I?
Because at the beginning of 2 is when Jason
Oh,
comes and
fuck,
kills,
you're right, yes.
the survivor of Part 1.
You are absolutely right.
Yeah.
I am getting those confused.
Okay.
Never mind. Okay, then yeah, 2, 3, and 4 all take place within, like, less than a week.
Yeah. So Jason's been busy.
Yes.
Yeah. So then, towards the end of this movie, when our hero, young Tommy Jarvis, is rifling through the Drifter's knapsack,
Yes.
and sees all the articles about the Camp Blood and Crystal Lake Killer.
Yeah.
All those articles, like, were they just from like yesterday's paper?
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. That is an excellent point. And yeah, we've got Rob here, who is hunting Jason because Jason killed, I guess, his sister is who it was.
Yep.
Who was one of the victims in Friday the 13th Part 2. So,
like, generously 7 days ago.
yes, yeah. So, like, what?
We're not going to solve it.
No, there's nothing to solve. I don't think.
It's just it really stuck in my craw in this movie.
Yeah, I hadn't thought about that, but yeah, that's all those old weathered newspaper articles.
Yep,
from yesterday's paper,
full of eyewitness reports, artist renditions.
Yeah, well, I mean, the artist rendition was from 2 months ago. To be fair.
Okay. So we start again with another apparent Friday the 13th tradition of recapping the previous movies.
Yeah,
with clips of the previous movies.
Yes, extensive clips. I will say, seeing Pamela Voorhees get decapitated again, I feel like this was maybe the most effective time we've seen it. Because we don't actually see it.
Yeah.
It's just real fast cross cuts between the slow motion, her, and what's-her-nuts.
Yeah.
So I appreciated that.
While watching it, I thought to myself that I feel like a lot of franchises could really benefit from like a little recap.
I mean, Spider-Man did it.
Yeah?
The Raimi Spider-Man movies did that.
They really did. Yeah, during the credits.
Yeah.
And I mean, I kind of appreciate it.
With something like this that picks up immediately after the end of the previous one,
right?
You almost kind of have to do it.
Yeah. But even in, okay, I'm gonna throw this out there, and I don't necessarily mean it disparagingly against Friday the 13th.
Okay.
But in more well thought out and put together franchises, sometimes years take place between new sequels.
Yeah, versus just pumping them out year after year.
Yeah. And I read and watch a lot of stuff, and I'm getting old and forgetful. Would it really kill the Avengers, the next to go around, to just kind of sum up just a little bit things that have happened up to that point?
No, they're not going to do that.
I mean, come on.
Because what you consider to be forgetfulness, they consider, it's fine. You're just not going to get as much out of it. You're not going to catch all the callbacks and the Easter eggs.
I'm not going to anyway.
Right.
Even if they do recap it. But, not all of us, have the time or the energy to do, yearly Marvel movie marathons.
Yeah. I don't have the time or the energy for that anymore either.
Right?
We were doing it, once or twice a year. Now there's just too much.
I mean, I attempted like 3 years ago, and I made it to Black Panther, and then just stopped.
All right.
And not because I did not enjoy any of it. It was just it was too much.
It's a lot.
There is a lot. Yeah.
But man, you made Black Panther. You're almost at the end at that point.
I know, right?
You're so close.
I really was. But also, the thought of doing that over again means that I'd have to watch the Hulk again, and I don't wish that upon anyone.
Oh, see, I always skip the Hulk.
Good call. It's the worst.
Yeah.
Friday the 13th, part 4.
This movie's funny. I don't know if it's on purpose or if I just found it really funny. But there's a lot of funny stuff in this movie.
There's more funny stuff in this one than I think the previous 3. Some of it I think is intentional.
Yeah.
Some of it probably not.
Yeah.
Yeah. I laughed, I think, at most of the kills, which I'm not necessarily sure that was supposed to happen.
I read another bit of trivia that I read about Rob's death in particular, which is executed very comically in the movie. That was definitely not the intention with that one. The thing that I read was that the director or the writer, one of them, modeled, his sort of death cries after the Kitty Genovese murder in New York, which is, I don't know if you're familiar with that at all.
Is that the one where
like she gets killed in the street and no one does anything?
Okay.
Yeah, that was, or at least that's the legend around it.
Okay.
I think that's been proven to be false.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was what it was intended to be modeled around. And it's supposed to be like this really poignant and striking. And instead, no, he just looks like the instant he meets Jason, he's trained for hours to kill Jason for the murder of his sister. And the instant that he meets him, he just gets killed with, a backhoe or whatever and screams, "He's killing me! He's killing me!" And it's hilarious.
It really is. I felt like as it was happening, it was a reference to something. I didn't realize that it was a reference to,
a real life horrible murder. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was like a parody of something else because it comes off so ridiculous.
There is stuff in this movie that, like, I felt like if they had taken it just half a step further, would have been at home in like a scary movie type movie.
Yes.
Like there's the part where is it Trish is like trying to get out of the house that all the kids live in, and I think it's right after Jason has killed Rob.
Yeah.
And she like runs to one door and there's a dead body. And then she runs to another door and there's a dead body. And like in my head it was like, oh, she's gonna go to just every door she goes to,
there's a dead body. Yeah, so this movie I think really pulls off the Jason as a prankster thing.
Yeah.
Where he just loves to kill somebody and then loves to hide their body somewhere.
Well, he picked that up from his mom. Finally.
Yeah. But he goes all out on this one.
Yeah.
Crucifying poor Crispin Glover.
Oh my god, that was horrible.
And then tearing him down later like a pair of drapes.
That was the horrible part.
Yep.
Yeah. Oof. Yeah, there were a few parts where I couldn't look. Mostly hand stuff, like that, and then when Jason gets the machete in his hands.
Yeah.
I did not care for that.
Yeah, hand stuff is bad.
Well, Eric. Play through. No, okay.
No.
Oh, man.
That stuff, I mean, there are very few things, violent imagery in horror movies particularly, that I will cringe at. And those things for me are eye trauma and fingernail trauma.
100%.
There's some minor eye trauma in this movie, but it's so comical that it didn't bother me.
Are you talking about the part when Jason gets stabbed through the head
Yes.
with the machete?
Yep.
And then his head slides down it?
Yep.
Yeah, no, I caught that as well. So Tom Savini comes back to do the effects on this one.
Yes, he does.
And it shows.
Yep.
Like, they're good.
They really are. Yeah, compared to the previous movie, which I think so far has definitely been the worst entry.
Yeah.
Like the head crushing scene of our other 50-year-old boyfriend. When his eye pops out, it was one of the worst effects I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are a step up on this one. And obviously, actually 5 years have passed since Tom Savini did the first one. And his skills have also stepped up at this point, too.
Yeah. I will also say that, unlike the last one, there were no points during this movie where I was like, well, I bet that would look really cool in 3D.
Yeah, they did not go for that with this one.
Yeah.
Thankfully. I liked... fuck was I about to say?
I don't know.
Oh, well.
There were quite
I
a
liked
few...
this movie.
Yeah, I mean, there were quite a few of the kills that felt, for as artful as something can be in a movie like this, that felt artfully done.
Yeah.
Like the one of the twins, is it Tina? That goes to leave the party early.
I think it. Yeah.
One of the twins, anyway.
Yeah.
And like we just see her get like we see her, and then the camera pans past her, and we see her silhouette against the house.
Yeah.
And then we see her get killed in silhouette, and I thought that was really cool.
It was. I mean, and almost immediately after that, we do actually see her body.
Well, yeah.
But no, yeah, that.
Good filmmaking.
Good filmmaking. I dared almost say tastefully done.
Yeah. As tasteful as anything is.
Yeah. For a movie about horny teenagers getting killed.
Yeah. And twins! I was like, when I do the intro, I'm either going to do the Axel freak out, or I'm just going to do, and twins!
I was hoping that one of us would. Glad it was you.
Yeah, this movie also felt gimmicky a little bit, like with the twins.
Yeah.
And with the little kid. But like it sets it apart from the other movies, which I thought was nice.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like 3 and this one really sets like all the tropes for your subpar cabin in the woods slasher.
Sure.
The kids partying, renting the cabin or the house or whatever. And I guess maybe Evil Dead kind of sets that up in the first one for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But like this one, just like everything that you think about when you think about those types of movies, like, it's kids drinking and fucking and then getting murdered.
Yeah.
So we get, I don't know, I was going to say we get 2 sort of loathsome, overtly horny kids in this one. But I don't know, like the Crispin Glover character, Jimmy.
Yeah.
I felt like he was kind of okay. Like he wasn't as bad as Ted.
Yeah, I thought he was fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's just sort of a normal, I feel like, sad sack teenager.
Yeah. Not nearly as gross as whoever the fuck he was in the first one.
No.
Or Shelley from the last one. And not nearly as fucking gross as Ted.
No, Ted was pretty terrible.
Yeah, I wanted Ted to die almost instantly.
The friendship, quote unquote, between Jim and Ted is an interesting dynamic where the one friend is, they're not friends. He's just his bully. but Jim hangs around him anyway.
Yeah,
because he has low self-esteem.
yeah. While watching this, I honestly had the thoughts that how are these people friends?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, none of these people have anything in common.
Nope.
Other than proximity.
Yeah. I watched a movie last week called Metal Lords.
Oh, okay.
With Jaden. I can't remember his last name. He was in It. The main kid.
Oh, okay. From Knives Out?
Yeah, he was also in that.
The young Nazi from Knives Out?
Yes, yeah,
Okay.
that's him. Yeah,
Yeah,
Martell, Jaden Martell.
Yes.
Yeah. And like a bunch of people that I had no idea, and Brett Gelman.
Okay, sure.
But it's about two high school losers who decide that they're going to be a metal band.
Nice.
And join a battle of the bands hosted by the school, and the Jaden Martell character is best friends with like this super obnoxious metal dork, and just the entire time it's like, how are these people friends? But luckily they actually call that out in the movie.
Oh, nice.
It's like, he's my best friend because he basically doesn't pick on me.
Hey, that's valid.
It really is.
Yeah.
I'm sure I had some friends like that. It's just like, well, you're not super an asshole to me, so I guess I'll be your friend. And now I'm the asshole to all my friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it works out well.
Yeah. Glad you guys still hang around me.
Circle of life.
Yep.
Oh, man. Yeah. So, yeah, I imagine that those two just, like, they grew up on the same block.
Yeah.
All of those people just went to school together. Probably.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's no way that those people would actually be socializing with each other in that group. Like, none of them seem to actually get along.
Yeah.
Like even like the girl that you think like they kind of are setting up to be the final girl.
Mm-hmm.
Spoiler: she's not.
Yeah.
Like they kind of set up like an okay friendship with like the one girl who has a bad reputation.
Right. Yeah.
Who then becomes our first victim.
Yeah. Yeah.
They do. I feel like they did a pretty good job of. I mean, we do get the two very early kills in the morgue. Because again, this takes place moments after part 3. They have found Jason's body in the barn. They take him to the morgue. Turns out still alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just, that's an easy mistake to make.
Sure.
When you're doctors.
Right. So Jason must be superhumanly strong. He has taken a lot of damage over the course of these 3 movies.
Yeah. I feel like in this movie, Jason is just everywhere all at once. Like, he teleports from location to location really quickly.
Yeah, this is definitely, I think, the start of teleporting Jason. Which I think is an actual sort of meme or...
Is it really?
Yeah, a trope.
Awesome.
Yeah, because he bounces back and forth between the 2 houses so quickly.
Yeah.
And is just everywhere. Like he is at one moment downstairs killing Crispin Glover, and then a second later he is outside on the 2nd floor.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what made me think of it.
Grabbing a girl through a window.
Oh, wow. Lot of window crashes in this movie.
There are. Including a dog.
Yeah.
I didn't care for that.
So, okay. Gordon looked alive
Yeah.
when he crashed through the window.
Uh-huh.
So he's probably fine, right?
I think so.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
He just ran away.
Yeah. I mean, wouldn't you?
I would, absolutely.
Yeah. I feel like it's been mostly established that Jason won't kill a dog.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Because Muffin lives. In
That's true.
The second one.
Yeah. So there's that other Muffin-like creature that they find dead.
Oh,
that
the
they
bunny.
think is Muffin. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I
I don't know.
I think he's fine with domestic dogs.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, it's also established in the Halloween franchise that Michael Myers will eat a dog.
Oh, good lord.
Yeah. So, I mean, clearly Jason is our best slasher.
Clearly. The bar is pretty low.
Yeah. But also, Gordon crashing out of the window, just like out of nowhere.
Yeah. That was very strange.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like he could have just run out the open door.
Right. But yeah, there is a lot of defenestration in this movie.
Yeah. When did Manhunter come out? Was that 1986?
I feel like that.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we've been after this.
Yeah.
I just the scene where Trish and Tommy are in the house and they're like boarding up the door or nailing shut the door and making sure everything is locked up, and then there's a shot where there's a window clear, like they're not standing in front of it and it's wide in the shot and it's just like, oh, obviously something's going to come crashing through that window.
Yeah.
I heard Inagata Davida in my head and saw Buffalo Bill crashing through that window. Like that was just what I had in my head.
All right.
It's pretty much what I think of whenever anyone comes crashing through a window.
All right. I have not seen that movie in ages, so
It's the main thing I remember from it.
okay. There's a lot of open windows in that house.
Yeah.
I don't know. Buy some shades, some curtains.
I mean, you live on Crystal Lake.
Yeah.
You know the area's reputation, probably.
You should anyway.
Yeah. At least invest in some shutters.
Right. I mean, okay, so you only have a week at this point.
Yeah.
Since the murders, possibly started. But, word should get around fast. Start some work.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get to Borden. Oh.
So when I watched this movie for the first time, for some reason, I recall feeling really bad about the mom dying.
Yeah.
And I thought that it was like a more visceral experience, but upon watching it, it's completely off screen.
Yeah, we don't see it at all.
Yeah, it's, I guess, very possible that she's still alive.
Yeah.
And also, I didn't really feel bad when it allegedly did or did not happen.
I mean, she's kind of dumb. She goes outside in the rain.
Yeah.
Like, there's lots of people going out in the rain completely inappropriately dressed.
Yeah.
Like, grab an umbrella at least.
Right. Also, I believe it's rained in every Friday the 13th movie up to this point.
This is a very, very rainy weekend.
Yeah.
There's a high-pressure system coming in. We never see that part of the news. We only see the stuff about the Crystal Lake Massacre.
Yeah.
It's actually the rainy season in that part of New Jersey.
Well, if Axel hadn't been insisting on watching his aerobic porn,
yeah.
Maybe we could have seen the weather report.
Maybe. Nope. Jesus Christmas.
So Crispin Glover dances.
Crispin Glover is so great in this. This is maybe the only other thing than Back to the Future that I've seen him in.
All right.
And in both of those movies, he dances great.
Yeah. I have seen Charlie's Angels, so
Oh, I forgot he was in that.
Yeah.
Okay. I've seen that as well.
okay. All right. I feel like I've seen other Crispin Glover movies, but this is definitely before he has his reputation, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess the only other Crispin Glover movie I've seen is that David Letterman interview, which is pretty great.
It is movie like.
It just feels like it, at least. But yeah, his dance is incredible. And I guess based on a real dance that he would do
Really?
out in public.
All right. I enjoyed the song.
Yeah, I get. Originally, I guess that song was "Back in Black" by AC/DC,
Really?
and then they changed it to the whatever it was.
Yeah. Good call, I think.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah.
I mean, Back in Black is fine. It's overplayed.
At this point, it definitely is. Yeah.
And then, of course, we got little Corey Feldman in this movie.
Yeah. Youngest I've ever seen him in a movie at this point.
Yeah. Maybe Gremlins, I think.
Oh, shit. Yeah, Gremlins. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, they both come out in 84, so.
Yeah.
So, spoiler for future entries of Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
Tommy Jarvis becomes a regular character.
I kind of figured that he did.
Yeah.
After the end of this movie.
Yeah. So we're now entering the Jarvis verse.
Ooh.
I mean, obviously, I'd seen this before, and details come and go. The one thing that I did distinctly remember, I didn't exactly remember how it led up to it, but obviously the movie doesn't really build up to it that much either. But him shoddily shaving his head and confronting / confusing Jason.
Yeah.
By pretending to be Jason.
Yeah, that was real strange.
Yeah, I was very curious how you were going to react to that.
Yeah, I was like, so the fact that he's like a makeup, special effects, whatever wizard, has to come into play at some point.
Yeah,
I hadn't even really thought about it until like he started cutting his hair with the picture and then like slathering stuff all over his head. So, like, yeah, all right. I'm fine with it. It was weird, but I get it. He's in an extreme situation.
Sure.
He's seen some shit tonight.
And he has. Not as much as, his sister has.
Well, that's true.
Yeah. It's, it was weird.
I don't know if you remember in the first scene that he's in, his mom tells him to go get a haircut.
Yep, I remember.
Pretty great.
Yep, some nice foreshadowing there. When catching it this time around, I was like, ooh. Nice.
Yeah, that's quality work.
It is. Oh, so yeah, I think this is my favorite so far.
It's really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's getting a little formulaic.
Well, sure.
Admittedly.
Yeah.
I am excited to see what the new beginning brings.
What are you talking about? This is the final chapter.
Oh, I actually read they're making another one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, it comes out in like 1986.
Huh, all right.
It's a negative 35 years ago. But yeah, no, I did enjoy this one. I enjoyed it a lot more. I was a little worried after the last one.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I mean, the last one just the characters were bad. I felt like I mean, the characters aren't great in this one either.
Yeah, there's very little plot
Yeah.
in these movies.
Yeah.
But I feel like this movie, like, tried to create more of a hook.
Yeah.
Like, you had Rob, and you had the family that lived next door to the kids who you knew were all going to get killed as soon as you met them.
Yeah,
So-
that's, you know, definitely a unique take thus far. 30-some years ago.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, the fact that, I mean, it's a much older sister and a very younger brother.
Yeah.
But, you know, they still just have that sibling sort of, not total animosity, but just obviously, you know, you can tell that she just is done with this bullshit.
She has an interesting relationship with her mom.
Yeah.
And you mentioned the age gap. Do you think that she's his mom? Is this a Jack Nicholson scenario where his grandma raised him, told her that his mom was his sister, and that she was his mom? I mean, it could be a thing.
You know? I mean, she is way older. It is entirely possible. That's probably why the mom and dad broke up.
Probably. Yeah.
Because Trish got pregnant, and yeah.
Yeah. Damn, we have cracked this movie.
Wow.
If only they had learned, or little Tommy had learned, he could have related maybe to Jason on that level.
Yeah.
Being raised by a single mom.
Oh boy.
Where's Jason's dad? Do we know what happened to Jason's dad? I don't remember. Does Jason's dad show up in a future movie? Are you trying to decide what to tell me?
I don't think he does, actually.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel, maybe I'm thinking of Mike, no, it's not Michael Myers. I feel like there was a thing in some part of the Friday the 13th lore
Okay.
that focused on Jason's dad for like
Interesting.
half a second.
Okay.
That like never went anywhere.
Gotcha. Interesting.
Yeah. But I mean, it was enough that you mentioning it really threw me. Like I feel like there was like a you know, like a Leonard Voorhees or something like that.
All right.
Maybe it was just in like the comics. I don't know.
Are there comics?
Oh yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah. Like Wildstorm had the license for a while. They were doing Jason, Nightmare on Elm Street, and Texas Chainsaw comics.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All right.
And then of course, you know, like Avatar Press, of course, had them for a while too.
Naturally.
You know? Because Wildstorm put out the Freddy versus Jason versus Ash 2 comic series.
That's awesome.
And I think even in the 80s, like, you know, like Now Comics or whatever had like the licenses to some of these things too. So
Nice.
definitely Nightmare on Elm Street for sure.
Okay.
Back in the 80s, but yeah, there are
That's
comics
cool.
out there.
Nice.
Search them out, I guess.
Maybe I will.
I'm sure you can find them in dollar bins everywhere.
Probably.
I'm sure our pal Matt Brassfield can point you where you need to go.
I'll just borrow them from him.
So you're going to borrow those from him, but you won't borrow God Hates Astronauts from me?
I didn't say I was going to do it immediately. Why are you bringing our off-air arguments onto the podcast?
You offend me, sir. That's why.
That's fair. Oh, the final chapter
Yes.
of the Viewmasters?
Maybe?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. I don't know that I have much more to say about this.
Yeah, I feel like we covered it pretty well.
Yeah. I mean, you know, for us because we're terrible at
Yeah,
this.
I mean, I read a little bit of IMDb trivia ahead of time.
Yeah,
I feel like that counts.
it does.
Is anything bringing you particular happiness this week?
Well, last weekend, I took a little vacation. I don't get to do that often.
Nice.
And it was nice.
That's awesome.
My lady friend and I went to a cabin in the woods, oddly enough.
I'm glad that you made it out alive.
Thank you. I mean, I did feel attacked while there multiple times because it felt like every 2-3 minutes or so I was flushing stink bugs down the toilet.
Oh,
yeah,
that's awful.
yeah, like they just kept showing up, and it really got me to thinking, like, stink bugs have been a thing for only 5 years, right?
I remember they were really bad before we moved.
Yeah.
I don't know that I've seen any since we came back. So, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I don't remember them from childhood.
Yeah.
It's within the last 10 years, maybe.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I had, I mean, they're definitely still around. Like, Monday, I got up and was going to work and changing Chaco's water dish, and there was a stink bug floating in his water.
Oh, gross.
So, yeah. Yeah, they're still here. I get them, but yeah, when we were at the cabin, just Saturday night, just the cabin was loaded with them.
That's awful.
Yeah. Other than that, it was a really nice trip. It was just nice to be away, and then I pretty much kept my phone upside down, away from me, and
Makes it hard to read.
yep,
Upside down.
well, like face down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Confused.
Yeah. Also, the screen rotates, so if I hold my phone upside down, it goes right to you.
But my joke.
Yeah.
God damn you, technology. Joke-proof phones.
So yeah, it was just nice.
Nice. That sounds great.
What about you, sir?
Earlier today, I listened to the episode of Scott Hasn't Seen where they discussed the 400 blows. Which, judging by your reaction, you have also listened to that episode.
I have indeed.
It was a fucking delight.
Yes, it was.
Again, I know I probably shouldn't plug better podcasts on our podcasts, but this one, and I guess it's only available to CBB World subscribers.
Yeah.
But if you can figure out how to listen to it, I would highly recommend listening to the 400 Blows episode of Scott Hasn't Seen.
It was pretty fantastic.
Yeah.
I was really excited that they were covering, some French cinema.
Yeah.
And, was not disappointed.
No, absolutely not. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a really, really intelligent discussion about a classic movie.
Yeah.
It made me really want to watch the movie. So
Likewise.
Yeah.
Once we finish the Friday the 13th series, maybe we'll
yes,
get out.
you get into the Truffaut catalog.
Yeah.
I'm on board.
But first, before that, Dark Man and Demolition Man.
Obviously,
Yeah.
yeah. And other D-Man movies.
Yes. Ooh.
Yeah.
Really looking forward to the D-Man movie.
Oh,
from
yeah,
Marvel.
me too. I can't believe they cast Nathan Fillion as D-Man. It's an out there choice, but I believe in it.
I do too. Especially since he's also canonically Wonder Man.
I know, yeah, it's confusing.
Yeah.
How are they going to make that work? It's like Gemma Chen was in Captain Marvel and Eternals.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
Yeah. No, it's all good.
Oh, boy. Do you have a movie in mind for next week? Wait, I guess it's my turn, isn't it? Alright.
Do you have a movie in mind?
Not really. We could probably just watch another Friday the 13th movie.
Part 5?
Yeah, A New Beginning.
Okay.
The post-ultimate chapter.
Oh, just you wait.
Oh. Sounds like a threat, sir.
Yes, yes it is.
Alright, yeah, Friday the 13th, Part 5. A New Beginning.
Yes. It's a reboot.
Yeah. It's exciting.
Alright, we'll do that next week on this show.
Jesus Christmas.
Thank you for listening to The Viewmasters. You can subscribe to the show directly at view.guttertrash.net or at iTunes and leave us a review. Visit view.guttertrash.net for email information and links to Facebook and Twitter. We'll see you next time on The Viewmasters.